I'm at the LA Times travel show, and last year I was fortunate enough to speak with Rick Steves, and I'm feeling even luckier this year. This is Leon Logothetis, who has gone across the United States on $5 a day. He said he's gone from Times Square to the Hollywood sign on $5 a day. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Of course. I traveled, as you mentioned, from Times Square to the Hollywood sign, relying entirely on the kindness of strangers. I had $5 a day, and that money was for food, accommodation, travel, and basically I had to get across the country on a wave of generosity, which I managed because the Americans are very generous.
Well, I know that National Geographic had a special about this, and I was wondering how they heard about this. Did you reenact it for the show after you had done it the first time?
Well, basically, the first time I did England. I went around England on £5 a day, and then we got in contact with some producers who had contacts with National Geographic, and National Geographic purchased the show, and then they wanted the second season as well. So the second season was Amazing Adventures of a Nobody USA, Times Square to the Hollywood sign, and they wanted the third season, which was the Eiffel Tower to Red Square in Moscow on €5 a day.
Well, I guess I'm confused. The first time you did this, you had yourself in a backpack and £5. The second time you did this, you had $5 a day, and I understand your producer had $20 in her or his pocket too, just in case that you never needed to use. But was there a camera crew following you around?
There was, yes. But I would go up to people without the camera present, and I would explain what I was doing, and if they were willing to be of service, let's say, and help me out, the camera crew would come out, and if they were, then fine, they weren't. And I never expected people, it wasn't like I was expecting people to help, you know, it was, if they helped, wonderful. If they didn't, fine, you know, you have to get on with your life, and why would you help a bald Englishman?
I can think of a lot of reasons. Now, let me ask you another question about this. What were some of the surprises that you found in the United States?
I think one of the biggest surprises was the fact that people were so generous. It was astonishing how kind and gentle and really welcoming people were. That was the biggest part of this whole trip for me. And it really, you know, I used to work in a brokerage firm, and I'd spend a lot of my time coming from up here, you know, numbers crunching and action. And the trip took me one step down, and I connected with people from my heart, and that was a life-changing thing.
That's lovely. Is that what inspired you to create the Kindness Cab?
The Kindness Cab was a beautiful thing. Basically, the Kindness Cab was inspired because I wanted to reenact my journey across America, and I wanted to give back to the communities that had helped me so much. So I came up with this crazy idea of buying an English cab, a vintage English cab, which I did. I bought a vintage English taxi, which is sitting in my garage right now. And I was going to drive across America, retracing the steps I'd already done in my book and in my TV show, and give free cab rides to people. At the same time, raising money for charity, a charity called Classwish that would give books to schools and kids. So it just all tied in beautifully.
I think so too. What are your plans for the near future?
Well, I'm talking at the LA Times Travel Show, which is a lot of fun in an hour or so. And I just coming up with new ideas, new adventures, always trying to live a full life, whilst also, if I can, inspire people to see that they can live outside their boxes.
And speaking about boxes, you live in Hollywood now.
I do.
How are you finding Los Angeles?
I love it. The weather's beautiful. It's January and blue skies 90% of the time.
It's probably a big switch from the UK.
It is. You wake up in England and it's raining and foggy and dark and...
Well, some of us find that appealing too, especially those of us that live in LA. Anyway, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing you speak today.
It's an absolute pleasure.